Well, it has come to this. I am a turkey. I've been wanting to be a turkey for the last week, and I've been rehearsing for this moment. So, okay, enough of that. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines. Go away, turkey. Go away. This is our Gobble Gobble get together every morning live here on Facebook, 10:30 in the morning. And oh, Eric, are you back from wine country? Please let me know that you're alive and well. I hope you're enjoying Valle de Guadalupe. It is great to see you. It's great to see that you are here. Anyhow, this is Coffee and Headlines. So great to see you on this Thursday. I believe it is Thanksgiving. Of course it is Thanksgiving. Everybody seems to know that it's Thanksgiving. Even our friends at this other website, whose name I forget right now because I'm a pothead, has announced that Thanksgiving is becoming more common and popular in Mexico. What do you know? We're talking, of course, about American Thanksgiving because Canadian Thanksgiving already happened and we celebrated that as well. But that's neither here nor there. Yay, Eric is bringing wine from Valle de Guadalupe for the entire cluster. No, I'm just kidding, making that up. Today, it's Thanksgiving, and we have news. We have all kinds of news. As you know, we get together every morning to exchange information. I give you headlines, you give me questions. I give you topics of inspiration. You give me things that you're curious about, and we get along just fine more often than not. As always, if you are new to the broadcast or if you're watching live for the first time, we'd love to find out who you are and why you're here. So if you want to just, at the very least, let us know that you are new, you can let us know by writing the word new in your comment. And if there's something truly important that you want to let us know about, just add a capital letter Q. And if you want to see my turkey face again, just say so. And, you know, it happens just like this. Gobble, 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 gobble. See, that was easy. Let's get on with the news. The last triple cruise arrival of the month took place yesterday with over 12,000 passengers and over 4,000 crew spending the day in Puerto Vallarta, resulting in almost 28 million pesos in revenue for the city. Now, think about this for a second, because I don't know if you've ever pondered, 12,000 people. What do 12,000 people do in Puerto Vallarta? Well, for starters, they get schlepped around on buses to go to very specific shops and very specific places, and they go shopping. Some of them go shopping at Walmart and just go back on the boat. And the others, they always go to the same stores. So why do they always go to the same stores? Who decides where they go? And who decides how this happens? Well, it is a very mysterious business that goes on between the authorities at the terminal and specific jewelry shops and gift shops and stuff like that. Now, if somebody ever wrote an investigative piece about this, I would love to read it. Of course, this is none of my business because I don't benefit from tourists that arrive on a cruise ship. But you have to wonder why it is that they only visit certain jewelry shops and certain stores. And you have to wonder whether these huge numbers, like 28 million pesos, is it revenue for the city or is it revenue for the few privileged vendors or shops or businesses that are part of some kind of shady arrangement that we don't know anything about? Do we know the answers for this? Of course we don't. But what if people found out? What do I know? It is just Thanksgiving. You have to hand it out to you have to hand it out to our permits or reglamentos officers when they are doing their job, and they are doing it properly. Apparently, an event called Expo Tequila was leisurely setting up shop over the weekend behind the arches at the Malecón Amphitheater with they were setting up to sell tequila and all kinds of chingaderas when reglamentos came to shut them down because they did not have a permit. But we do have a permit, they said. As it turns out, they did have a permit, but not for that location. Instead, they were supposed to set up shop at Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas. Oops, an honest mistake? Who knows? Somehow I don't think so, actually. So the organizers had no option but to dismantle all their shenanigans and move over to the plaza for the rest of the long weekend. Yay. And of course, we talked about this just a few days ago. After 2 years of being canceled, and as mentioned, everything is in place for the traditional 12 days of peregrinaciones or processions in honor of the Virgin of Guadalupe. They will take place from December 1st to December 12th. For those that are not familiar with this tradition, it's beautiful and it creates a lot of havoc when it comes to trying to drive through town. We will give you more specifics about the peregrinaciones, what they are, what you wear, what to do, what not to do, and so forth and so on, in a broadcast sometime this coming week. Check it out. Either SEAPAL went shopping for a drone, or they hired Dr. Strange to take this beautiful photograph, of course, using his flying cape. More importantly, if you've been driving along Francisco Villa Avenue and have noticed some unfinished work by SEAPAL, apparently it has now been completed, with the organization placing a large metal plaque on the plaque on the pavement to protect the concrete drying under it. The plaque will be removed in 24 hours and traffic flow should go back to normal, whatever normal is. The Fire Ride Festival is coming to Puerto Vallarta this weekend with 30 professional mountain bikers from France, United States, Mexico, and other countries participating in a series of challenges. There will be several events, including dual slalom, high jumps, and so forth. The Fire Ride Festival begins tomorrow at 2 p.m. and continues through the weekend. And if you really, really, really want to go, you have to love the description of the location where it's taking place, as mentioned in this article. The article says, la competencia se realizará en el Banco de Tierra pasando Mojoneras camino a Ixtapa por la Avenida México, which means in the middle of nowhere. More specifically, the competition will take place in the dirt bank after Mojoneras on the way to Ixtapa by way of Avenida México. No wonder we can get lost easily on these events, but no worries, I will leave you with the official website, which will hopefully have more accurate information. And now I have one more bit of news, but I want to actually do a little bit of food for thought as we're getting ready to, stuff our faces with Thanksgiving cheer and thanks and gratitude. It is important to keep our feet on the ground, Well, let me just throw some perspective. According to a survey conducted by the International Trade Union Confederation, the world's largest trade union federation, 9 out of 10 Mexican workers find that the minimum wage in the country is not enough to live a dignified life. The survey also revealed that 58% of employees find it challenging to get ahead with basic expenses such as housing, food, and electricity, while only 38% said they are able to put a little bit of money aside. This, of course, is not your fault. It is not my fault. But as we get ready to celebrate Thanksgiving, I think it's important to be mindful of the fact that while we may have access to a certain comfort of life, other people in our country are not as fortunate. So, what can we do about it? This is, again, not your fault, not my fault. We've talked about this every now and then about the pros and cons of giving money away on the street. This is not always a good idea. Personally, I find myself over tipping at restaurants more often than not. In fact, for me personally, the norm is now 20%. I know that doesn't change a lot in the lives of others, but at least I feel like I'm being part of the solution and not part of the problem. With that said, let's turn on to the weather, and we will continue with the rest of the broadcast. If your performance does not improve, Disney will replace you with Bob Iger too. Oh dear, I understand. I think I read somewhere that Disney replaced CFOs or CEOs or somebody got replaced. Anyhow, it's 25 degrees right now. Humidity is at 62%. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 77. And our weather forecast goes like this. Today, we will have a clear day with a high of 28 and a low of 19. Tomorrow, Friday, will be a partly cloudy day with a high of 28 and a low of 19. While Saturday will be a clear day with a high of 28 and a low of 18. This is not bad at all. And now moving on, I wonder if you're wondering what happened with Lady Chichén Itzá. This makes me sick. Remember Lady Chichén Itzá, the courageous and stupid Spanish tourist who had the nerve to climb onto the Kukulcán temple? Despite the fact that fines for these types of transgressions range between 50,000 and 100,000 pesos, she was only fined, get this, 5,000 pesos. Just makes me sick. And that's all I have to contribute to that bit of news. Moving right along, for those of you that have not been long enough in Puerto Vallarta, there was a time, just a few years ago, there was a time when you would walk down streets like Basilio Vadillo or the Malecón or other parts of the city, and you would not see even a shrub on the sidewalk. No plants, no nothing. Whereas nowadays you see all these beautiful bougainvillea trees that bloom with beautiful flowers. And while some of this gardening effort has been executed by the city, a lot of it has taken place thanks to one of Puerto Vallarta's most successful volunteer organizations, and that would be the Puerto Vallarta Garden Club. If you have a green thumb or would like to meet other like-minded individuals, make new friends, or simply find a way to contribute to this admirable effort, the Puerto Vallarta Garden Club is scheduling a welcome back event, which is coming up on December 6th at Oscar's Restaurant on Isla Rio Cuale. It is so easy to take all these plants for granted, but our city, at least in Colonia Emiliano Zapata and surrounding areas, is a lot more beautiful these days and has been for many years, thanks to all the unstoppable work that this organization makes. So if you're new to town, you're looking to make new friends, or find a way to thank these wonderful volunteers, here is an event that you may not want to miss. Moving right along, we learned that our friends from the Puerto Vallarta Gay Men's Chorus is announcing two upcoming performances. One is going to take place at Act 2, where they will perform a concert with Christmas carols from Mexico, the United States, and Canada. And another one will be at the Church of the Holy Cross with guest members of the Montreal Gay Men's Chorus. And the reason I'm smirking is because the second concert is taking place in the very same church that had their holy panties in a knot a couple of years ago when a gay bar opened its doors across the street. But what do I know? All I know is it's great that the concert is taking place at the church. And to get even further in the holiday spirit, the combined talent of Brandon and James plus Effie Pacero will probably be a performance you will not want to miss. This is going to be on Monday, December 26th at the Palm Cabaret and Bar. So yes, this is the season of holiday performances and such. And of course, it's the season of reading your comments. Let's see what everybody is up to this morning. Lots of good morning, which is great. Den says, Happy Thanksgiving from Versalles. Den, I hope you are properly dressed because you are my reconnaissance mission today. Let's see what else we have. Doody-doody-doo. Lots of happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you that celebrate. Let's see. Doody-doody-doo. Oh, seeing all these icons from Logan reminds me, in case you were wondering, this summer, as some of you may know, I set out to the mission of watching every single Marvel superhero movie in chronological order, and that mission is still ongoing. Thank you very much. There's a question. Kathy wanted to know if there is a Spanish language equivalent for the term snowbird. Anyone know? I have no idea. I don't, no, not that I know of, but there may be one out there. Not sure. Let's see. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Lots of happy Thanksgivings. There is a Diamond International in every cruise port we've been to. I think it's more than a coincidence. I tell you, Brian, if the Federal Consumer Protection Bureau came and did a piece on this, or Proceso, the big political magazine in Mexico City, I think it would be quite amusing. Or another way to do it would be to walk into any one of these stores and talk to the manager and just ask the manager, so how much do you have to pay a month to make sure that the cruise passengers make a stop at your shop? Wouldn't that be a fun question to ask? Let's see what else we have. Ramon says, I went to the tequila thing and couldn't find the tequila tents. Now I know why. Happens to the best of us. Happy Turkey Day, says Kathy. Gobble, gobble back to you. Eat, drink, and get fat. 'Tis the season. Enjoy the holiday all. But again, Ronald, as we are being all happy about the turkey, let us be mindful of our surroundings. Just saying. Let's see what else we have. Mark says, I always tip at least 20%. I know it's not going to change anything, but I figure everyone needs to make a living. You know, Mark, I think it changes something. You know, I honestly do think it changes something, at least in the life of one individual. And if we are able to create positive change in one person, then that one person will create positive change in another person, and so forth and so on. So I hear you, and I thank you for having that mindset. Barbara says, hooray for the Vallarta Garden Club. We will be attending the upcoming event. What a great idea. I don't know anyone from the Garden Club, but again, every time I walk down the streets that have beautiful plantings, I know that the Garden Club was involved. Ronald asks, any chance you might do another music special program this year? The last one was wonderful. Of course, we will do another music special program this year. And in fact, you just gave me an idea. We are going to talk about Mexican Christmas carols. Oh shit, I've just committed myself. Yes, we will have at least one other music special program this year. It'll be about Mexican Christmas carols. Any other requests? We're here. Any other requests? Thanksgiving tonight at Cuatro Vientos, says Barbara Savage. Thank you, Barbara, for letting us know. Omar says, hey, Paco, I want to invite you to my show, Nahuales, A Mystical Night. Thank you very much for that. I don't know much about the show, but if you send me, what is the show about? Is it A Mystical Night with Nahuales? Well, that's the name of it. But hey, send me a link to your Facebook event and we'll be so very happy to promote it here. Please. And this pretty much brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Yay. As always, speaking of Thanksgiving, I am thankful. I am thankful for your company. I am thankful for your questions, your ideas, and more than anything else, I am thankful for your support and your friendship. I hope if you are celebrating, be mindful of your diet, eat well, have a lot of Pepto if you have to, and I will see you back tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be here. You'll be here. And of course, today I have a reconnaissance mission right after the broadcast. So the show notes will not be available until later on this afternoon. Have a great day and gobble gobble to you.